Good morning, gang. I'm glad you're all here. Thank you very much for joining me. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. At 3:33 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, there was a magnitude 3.4 earthquake by Ontario, California, Southern California. And so far, 864 people said they felt this earthquake. The felt reports were as far south as San Diego and Thousand Oaks. There's Long Beach, Redondo Beach. Oh, what else we got? Lake Forest. I can't read. Oh, Sun City. Don't have a name there. Redlands. Now, USGS gave it an intensity level of 4, which means it was felt indoors by many, outdoors by a few. At night, some people woke up and they were woken up. Dishes, windows, doors disturbed, rattling, and autos in the parking lot sitting would have been noticeably rocking. 60 people sent in reports to EMSC about this earthquake. EMSC actually posts what people experienced, where USGS gives you the numbers. So it is nice when people send in their reports to EMSC. One report says one sharp jolt woke them up. Loud and thunderous rumbling. Rumble, then a boom and a jolt. They were in Ontario. A strong jolt. Something woke me up. Wasn't sure what it was. Kind of a jolt, didn't last long. Shook pretty hard. Another one from Ontario. The jolt woke them up. Another one from Rancho Cucamonga. Woke me up from a sound sleep. Dog ran away from his bed. Quick, strong jolt. Windows and walls rattling and popping. Might be a good idea to check your gas and water lines. If you smell gas, notify your utility company. Now, one report from Fontana says it was a quick jolt, a soft rattle. Had I been asleep, it wouldn't have wakened me. From close to the same location, they said it was a slight rumble to the house, and the rumble lasted about a half a second. So people are reporting a quick jolt. Another report from Ontario, one strong jolt that shook the house audibly, but no objects fell. Then a few seconds of very mild tremor in a residential North Ontario, California, and they went back to sleep. Upland said that the perceivable wave, the rumble, lasted about 2 to 3 seconds. Now, the sound of the earthquake is what they call the P wave, the first wave of the earthquake. The P wave goes directly through the earth. That is the P wave. Then the shaking goes around the outside edge of the crust of the earth. That is called the S wave. So when they hear the rumbling before the shake, they are hearing what's called the P wave, and then the shaking occurs. Depending on how far you are from where the earthquake would be, how long it would rumble before the shaking began. Here we have what is called the focal mechanism ball. This is looking straight down at the fault zone, what happened during the earthquake. The fault didn't move very much, but what looks like happened is, let me go to Google Earth. We have the subduction of the Pacific plate moving underneath the North American plate. And this is the location. You see I got different fault lines drawn out. This is the location of this early morning 3.4 earthquake. Not far from Ontario International Airport. I am sure for temporarily time frame. They probably closed things down and did a quick inspection. Did they send someone out to inspect the overpasses? Probably not. Let's see, what do we got in this area? Let's take a look. Looks like a lot of businesses over here. I added the roads to Google Earth, and let's take a look at what overpass we got here. What is it? Interstate 15, Highway 15. After the 3.4 by Enza, California, there was a magnitude 3.3. 17 people said they felt that earthquake. I refreshed it. It's up to 18 now. That earthquake was at 4:49 a.m., almost 5 o'clock in the morning. So going back to Google Earth, let's look for that location of that earthquake. Farther down south, but again, also close to the San Andreas fault zone. Let me bring this out for you. There we go. This is San Jacinto fault zone, and I was tracking all the earthquakes that were happening over there. Now, in 2016, there was a 5.2 along here. 2020, a 4.9. It was probably closer to a 5. Here on the stream view, this is the 3.4 as it came in at Baldy Range Station. You really can't see it here at Laurel Mountain. And then down below, we got Chilalo Flat. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. And what it's showing right now, these little squares is where they adjust the machine. There was a small one here, and when I looked it up originally when it was coming in, it wasn't being reported just after 12 o'clock Universal Time. This is all Universal Time. That small one is not being reported, even though these monitors are pretty far apart. They are now reporting a 0.7. Let me check the time again. At 12:06, Anza, California, and that's down here by the Salton Sea. What it's showing here is all the earthquakes within the last 24 hours. Let's see, we got, let me pull this down. This is that 3.4. Looking at some of the bigger ones. Oh, this one right here. Now, that was in Malibu. And that one actually was yesterday. A 2.9. Intensity level 4, once again. 117 people said they felt that earthquake. And that was at 9:22 a.m. yesterday morning. And yeah, see, we got spreading here. This was actually a thrust earthquake. That's where one side of the fault raises up and the other one stays stationary. And we'll go to the location of that one that happened yesterday morning. Yeah, I've been covering this because I think this area, I don't have the earthquake marked out. Yeah, see, Riondo, we got a tsunami threat in this area. And I believe this is what they call an area where they have a blind, yep, right there, Compton, blind thrust fault zone, meaning it can have very dangerous earthquakes where one side jumps up and that creates a tsunami. The other side stays stationary, and it's called a blind thrust because there's no sign of this fault zone. It's deep underneath the crust of the earth. You can't see it. There's no indication on the surface that it's there. But using different forms of radar, yeah, they were able to track where it's at. And I covered this because this is an area, if they do have a large earthquake, imagine being on a seesaw. The ground would probably rise up about 9 feet. Yeah, like an arrow being shot into the air. Yeah, you would go flying. And there's a bridge over here. I've covered this in the past. For those of you that are new with my channel, you probably don't know about this, but this bridge here would probably collapse during a large earthquake. Yeah, and the fault goes right underneath the bridge. So today's earthquakes are caused by the movement of the Pacific Plate, subducting, moving, inland. These earthquakes were fairly shallow. Example, the 2.9 off of Malibu was only about 9 miles deep. The 3.4, which was at 3:33 a.m., was only about 4 miles deep. All earthquakes are measured from sea level. And the 3.3 was almost 8 miles below sea level. Not quite, but almost. A lot of the younger generation probably do not remember the earthquake they had in 1987, the 6.1 that caused so much damage. Loss of life, property damage, and we'll go to this 3.4. Alright, that's today's earthquake. So did you feel this earthquake this morning? If so, please put those comments down below. Are you earthquake prepared? I certainly hope so. People have become so complacent with these earthquakes. And we got a little subdivision over here. South Ridge Village. We got quite a few new subscribers to the channel. I want to welcome you and thank you very much. Yeah, thank you for your support. I'm also on Patreon if you wish to follow me there. Please thumbs up my videos. That helps with the ranking. There's so much censoring. And earthquakes generally is not part of the agenda of propaganda that they want to drown the media, drown the people with. Please stay safe, and I will talk to you later. God bless y'all. Bye.